Two giants, two bigwigs in Deputy President William Ruto's camp are clashing over a political seat for 2022. Current Uasin Gishu Governor Jackson Mandago is going to vie for senator in Uasin Gishu after completing his 2 terms as governor of the same county. Oscar Sudi, who is very close to the deputy president, is telling Mandago, no, we have our own candidate. And Sudi is ridiculing Mandago in the process as he passes on this message to Mandago in public, which tells you that chances are very high they've tried to persuade Mandago to forget about the senatorial seat in private, and they have failed. And that is why this argument has come out into the open, into the public domain. And of course, the big question everybody will be asking is, how will this affect the deputy president's votes in the Rift Valley, if at all? Which is what my show today is all about. I answer that question, and the answer is very unexpected. Yes, stick with me till the end and find out what it is. It's definitely not what you expect. Karibu sana and enjoy. Ordinarily, those who are not supporters of the deputy president tend to get very excited when they hear that some DP men, bigwigs, have clashed. They don't agree. Mandago versus Oscar Sudi. Wah. This camp of the deputy president, kwisha maneno. That's what they would say. But actually, it is much more complex than that. Indeed, in my opinion, if there's a community in Kenya whose politics is the most complicated, most complex, most difficult to understand, then it is the Kalenjin community. Because for starters, they're very secretive. They'll hardly ever tell you what they're really thinking. I vividly remember 1997, when the late President Daniel Arap Moi was campaigning for his last term. He was booed and jeered in his home ground, in his home turf, deep in the Rift Valley. Most of us were very excited. Moi kwisha maneno. His own people are jeering him. Huyu jamaa atatoboa. Handlers of Moi Kibaki was second in those presidential elections. Handlers of Moi Kibaki went back to him and told him, expect a lot of votes from the Rift Valley. But when the day to vote came, the same people booed and jeered and couldn't let President Moi address them, trooped to polling booths and voted for Moi almost to a man. The Kalenjin are crafty. When you're analyzing their politics, you have to be super careful. Others will get it wrong every time. But let me not burst your bubble completely. Obviously, there's a problem. And that problem is big. Okay, admittedly. But it may not be what you think. Now, a good place to start would be to start with the relationship between Oscar Sudi the Kipseret legislator, and Jackson Mandago, the outgoing Uasin Gishu governor. In 2017, the two campaigned alongside each other. Now I'm going to confuse even further. Despite the fact that Oscar Sudi is a very close ally of the deputy president, has always been, owes his seat to the deputy president. In 2017, the deputy president put up a candidate against Jackson Mandago. He was very determined to remove Jackson Mandago from the governorship of Uasin Gishu, his home county, the deputy president's home county. So, how is it that a close ally of the deputy president was campaigning for the candidate the deputy president did not want? Let's break it down, and it's very simple, actually. Oscar Sudi needed the votes of the Nandi community to be re-elected Member of Parliament in Kipseret. Mandago and Sudi needed each other, to get through the 2017 elections, and therefore they stuck very close to each other. I have no doubt on my mind that Sudi, meanwhile, was reporting back to the deputy president everything that was unfolding on the ground. Now, fast forward to the present. Oscar Sudi is telling Jackson Mandago that the Uasin Gishu governor is out of his mind, going for senatorial seat in 2022, because he has finished his 2 terms. He can't run for governor again. And Sudi, in his message to Mandago, is ridiculing the governor, telling him that when somebody is an assistant chief, they go for chief and then district office after that. In other words, having been a governor, the highest possible political office in a county, Mandago should not demote himself by going for senatorial seat. Instead, according to Sudi, Mandago should go national and assist the deputy president in his 2022 campaigns for the presidency. And of course, if the deputy president wins, Sudi hinted at Mandago, Mandago would end up with the agriculture docket, in Deputy President William Ruto's government. And Sudi goes on to say to Mandago, we have supported you long enough. You're a greenhorn in politics. You're very new to politics. Now you're a seasoned politician. And you need to start paying back by supporting the deputy president. That is what Sudi is telling Mandago. But actually, that is not factual. The truth of the matter is that the deputy president has never supported Mandago in any election. In 2013, the deputy president supported Margaret Kamar against Jackson Mandago. Mandago, of course, won. In 2017, we know what happened. The deputy president put up a very strong candidate against Mandago. And indeed, the deputy president organized things so that in Uasin Gishu, campaigns started early. Oh yes, believe it or not. Because Buzeki started his campaigns in 2013. He had to be governor in 2017. And so, Sudi is being economical with the truth when he says they have always supported Mandago. Not true. Mandago's response is that no amount of ridicule from Sudi or from the deputy president's camp will stop him from running for the senatorial seat of Uasin Gishu in 2022 and winning it. Now let's dive deeper into the political reality on the ground. To win the senatorial seat in Uasin Gishu, Mandago is going to rely once again on the Nandi vote. He hails from the Nandi community, and so does Sudi. Although Sudi needs the Nandi vote more, because his constituency has a higher percentage of Nandi voters. Uasin Gishu is cosmopolitan, Yeah, there are people from all kinds of communities, from every corner of the country. Yeah, but the majority, of course, are the Nandi. Or rather, the most influential are the Nandi. But let us understand that to win, he needs more than the Nandi support. In other words, Nandi votes are critical, but he needs votes from the other communities in Uasin Gishu to win. And so the political question is, are Nandi votes going to be divided by this clash between Mandago and Sudi? So that in Uasin Gishu, those who support Sudi, those Nandis who support Sudi, will vote against Mandago. On the surface, that is how somebody may want to analyze it. But this is not how Sudi is thinking in taking on Mandago. Sudi is being confident, overconfident, and very cocky because of the strong support he knows the deputy president will get right across the Rift Valley in 2022. And Sudi is expecting Mandago to realize that this DP Ruto wave will sweep him into political oblivion unless he plays ball and looks for Sudi and the deputy president's men. Now, those who know a little about Governor Jackson Mandago know that he's not the kind of person to do that. That will be the last thing he'll want to do. He has always thrived on being very independent and independent-minded, even if he supports you. Bottom line, a very interesting, grueling political duel is already shaping up in Uasin Gishu County. And last time, don't forget, Jackson Mandago outsmarted the deep state and the deputy president and retained his governorship seat in Uasin Gishu, despite great odds. Mandago even managed to get NASA support in Uasin Gishu. Oh yes. NASA officially told their supporters in the county to vote for Mandago. I hope the impact of that has sunk in. Yani, they told NASA voters to vote for Jubilee candidate. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember Jubilee telling anybody, anywhere in the country, to vote for NASA for a particular seat. But folks, that is how crafty Mandago is. What I'm trying to say is, even with a DP Ruto wave sweeping right across the Rift Valley, they may sweep everybody else. But Mandago will not be easy just to sweep away just like that. Now, in my opinion, Mandago's greatest political weakness are his emotions. He's a very emotional person. And deep in his heart, he has never forgiven the deputy president for wanting to defeat him in 2017 and for putting up a strong candidate and a lot of money to vote him out of office in 2017. Even though the deputy president failed, hiyo kitu bado inauma Mandago mpaka wa leo. And this should not surprise anybody who understands the Nandi community. They are very emotional people. So this is in the DNA of Mandago, obviously. But sadly, emotions are deadly, and indeed they can be fatal in politics. Because it would be a mistake to underestimate the deputy president. He has lost twice to Mandago, in 2013 and in 2017. I don't think he will lose the third time. It is also true to say that the deputy president does not like independent thinkers in his camp. That's the truth. He prefers yes men, sycophants. That's what he's looking for. People he can order to jump, and they'll respond by asking him, "How high, sir, do you want us to jump?" He does not want people to respond by saying no or saying why Explain to us why you want us to do this. He does not want people who second guess him. Bottom line, Mandago will never fit into the deputy president's camp, whatever you do. But the deputy president has a problem. He needs Nandi support, especially because the deputy president himself does not hail from the Nandi community. Many of you have never believed this, but it's a fact. He hails from the Kipsigis community, Isaac Ruto's community. But the biggest question here is the following. Will all this local Rift Valley politics affect the deputy president's presidential votes in 2022? Because the Nandi are no jokes. If you upset them enough, they are capable of not voting for the deputy president. That is the truth. Now don't misquote me. What I am saying is that the Nandis need to be handled with a lot of care, as far as the deputy president's camp is concerned. They are not people to walk all over. They are not people you can make assumptions about, especially in politics. Just dig a little deeper into the Nandi history, and you'll agree with me. You know, there was a man within the community who predicted that the colonialists would come and take over and dominate and rule the Nandi community. And this prophecy upset the Nandi so much that they killed him. But his prophecy still came to pass. Bottom line, I am still persuaded that ultimately the Nandi will vote overwhelmingly for the deputy president. But before we get there, I'm also convinced we're going to see a lot of drama, especially because Mandago is very determined to be the next senator of the county, where he's governor right now. But let's wait and see what happens. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.